All right, today's topic. Let's talk about today's topic. A broker's do not load list. What exactly is it? When should a broker implement it? What does it mean? The whole 9 yards. You may hear this do not load list. Some people call it a blacklist. You've been blackballed or blacklist. Basically, a do not load list is exactly what the name implies. That, be it carrier or shipper, the brokers made a decision not to move loads with that carrier or that shipper again for the foreseeable future. Could have been anything. Maybe the driver didn't, or the trucking company, the driver, whatever, didn't perform duties as expected. Maybe they were late. Maybe the goods were damaged. Maybe they were just a pain in the rear. You know, I've been one of those drivers. I get it. I understand how a driver can be. Usually, just because a driver has a bad attitude or whatever, you know, for that one load, a lot of brokers aren't going to say anything about it. They understand more times than not. Hey, you know, the driver, he's human. He's been out there. He's ready to get out. You know, he's ready to get out the truck for a few days. He's just aggravated. There's been more times than one that I had to call my dispatcher back the next day and say, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, you know, I just been out here too long. A lot of times, you know, maybe the driver, they were expecting that load they were getting, the next load they were getting was going to take them home. But as it turned out, instead of taking them home, the dispatcher, hey, man, I need you to do me a favor, take this one load. You know, I got to get it over here, then we'll get you home. It's just that kind of thing. But usually that's not going to get a truck on a do not load list. Could be because of a freight claim due to, more times than not, driver, you know, the result of the driver doing or not doing something that was critical to that load. Could be they got they got a history of being late all the time. You know, it could be because that trucking company filed a claim on that broker's bond for something silly. You know, I know of a broker one time that filed a claim on a broker's bond for a truck order not used fee. It got denied immediately. You know, it could be a number of things. The main thing is, though, a truck or a ship. Now, well, we've been talking about carriers here, but why would a customer be put on a new do not load list? More times than not, that's because they're slow pay, they don't pay, their product is so fragile, or they don't, they don't package it right, that anytime you haul it. Well, I had a client years ago, they shipped soda pop, and they never, ever, ever hardly shipped it correctly. You know, they put a couple of things of shrink wrap on it. That's not going to hold a case, a pallet of soda pop 6-packs. You know what I mean? It's just not going to do it because that stuff's, you got to do it up all the way up and all the way down. It could be a number of things, but more times than not, when it comes to a shipper, it's because they are slow pay. And normally, if they're slow pay, they're going to be out of business before too long anyway. And most of the brokers out there, they don't want to be caught with a shipper owing them a whole bunch of money. Then that getting taken into bankruptcy and then not getting paid at all. So how do you stay off a broker's do not load list? Keep your attitude right, you know. And something else I'm going to throw out here. If you are a freight brokerage and you contract broker agents to work for your brokerage, whenever you come across an agent that's wanting to come to work for your company, if they have a habit of changing brokerages every 4, 5, 6 months, that's a telltale sign. You need to look at their customer base. And more times than not, that broker's changing brokerages every few months simply because when they get contracted onto a broker, they got their customer base, but they got a customer base that is either slow or no pay. And eventually the broker they're with says, okay, we're going to have to put them on a do not load list. Sorry, because they're just slow pay. And when it gets to the point that the broker agent has pretty much all his customers in that do not load list, he's going to quit and move to somebody else and start that all over again, when he should be going out finding new customers that do pay. But that's just a sideline topic there. Do not load list, it's been around the industry forever. We don't really talk about it a lot. You hear about it sometimes. A trucking company gets put on do not load list. I've seen stuff in forums where, so what? We didn't want to work with them anyway. There's 1,001 brokers out there. Yeah, but if you got put on one, you probably, there's a reason why you got put on that one, and you know why. And more times than not, the word's are going to get around. So keep that in mind. You don't want to be burning bridges. You really don't. Okay, and that's what a do not load list is. It's a burnt bridge. Now, my name is Mike. I'm the lead consultant at Taltoa, as well as the host for the FBTV Podcast. Now, if you're not familiar with Taltoa, check us out, taltoa.com. We are a consulting firm. We have consulting packages for freight brokers, transportation companies. Our specialty is freight brokers and helping trucking companies. We'll train them to be able to get their own freight, as well as create an additional stream of revenue through a freight brokerage. If you've been thinking about becoming a freight broker and you want to learn more about it, check out our website. Matter of fact, on our homepage, taltoa.com, taltoa.com, if you scroll down to about the middle of the page, it says where to begin. And I wish I had it up and I'd show you, but I don't. But it's going to say where to begin. And there's going to be a Learn More button there, and it will take you to the FBTV website, freightbrokertv.com, to the video that is from a webinar we did, 18 months ago, 2 years ago, and information's still valid. And it's going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about freight brokering, being a freight broker agent, freight broker company, whatever you may be thinking about doing with your operation. But if you're curious about the business, that's where to start. As far as our packages go, we have packages across the board. Somebody just starting out that wants to begin as a freight broker agent, all the way through packages designed for a freight brokerage company, turnkey with website training, supplemental training, standard 12-month consulting. If you want to start out as in our mentorship program is available for all of our training and consulting packages that include the mentorship. Obviously, we do have a self-study, but that is what it is. That's a whole different animal. But if you want to start out as a broker agent, you can. We always recommend that. You can enter our mentorship program. That's where you will begin your broker operation after you completed your essential training. So you can begin your broker operation through us under a licensed broker, which is our sister company, Taltoa Logistics. So that way you're able to start building that customer base, gaining experience. And yeah, it's paid too. Your focus story of the mentorship program, though, should be building a customer base. So that when you exit the mentorship program, you get that customer base built. If you make money while you're in the mentorship program, yeah, you can. And the mentorship program pays the standard 60% commission on net on the profit of the loan, like any other freight broker agent. So anyway, keep that in mind.